Hello everyone, it's Michelle Litwiller here with All Star Stampers. And we are live for our weekly Facebook Live. I have two very beautiful cards to share with you tonight using the Magnolia Mood Suite. So that's what we're going to be using. And the Magnolia Mood, it's not a suite, it's a bundle, is in our online exclusives. We're also going to be using a set of dies that I've had for a while that I have not used called the Wanted to Say dies. So we're going to be using those too. So I will get started in just a second. Thank you guys for joining me, for sharing, for your comments, your hearts, your thumbs up, all the good things. I appreciate it so much. And we'll get started in just a second. Let me see if I can find this and share this myself. I was feeling better, Shirley. After I took all my medicine, I went about almost a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. And then about 3 days ago, I started coughing again. But it's like just a dry cough. It's like almost a tickle in my throat. So I don't know why. Who knows why? But let me see if I can find that I'm live, which I can't. Because why would anything with technology want to work today for me? Nothing is working right, technology-wise. I just wanted to share this in my group. So much. It's like you'd think I'm asking to do like surgery or something just to share a video these days. Okay. Hello. All right. So I have two cards with some different techniques tonight. And Barb said the cough drops work. I do not like cough drops. Ugh. I'm glad they work. I don't like gross. To me, most cough drops taste really gross. Although maybe I need to try them because maybe that would help. That's probably what I need to do. Okay. And it just comes on in the most inconvenient times. Okay, so tonight, let me show you the stamp set we have. We have this right here, Magnolia Mood. Isn't the images so beautiful and the words? And then there are a beautiful set of dies. And I don't have them in a case, but they have, you can see all the detail and the outlines. And so there are, let me tell you, well, I can't really read this, maybe 10 dies, I think. So that bundle you can find in our online store in the online exclusives, and I believe it's linked in the video too. This bundle we are using for the April Card Club, so I am giving you 2 more ideas to use, and I will show you sneak peeks of the Card Club in the video because they are gorgeous cards. You are going to be hopefully so excited if you are in the Card Club. And the so that's what we have going on. What else? What else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else. If you are doing Stampin' Bingo this Friday, you should have gotten an email from me this morning where you can pick your bingo numbers, and I sent out the packets. Hopefully they arrive by Friday, but I had so much trouble with my shipping, which is why I was always hesitant to do online bingo, because it doesn't matter how much I plan and prepare, things just don't go as planned. However, you don't have to have your packet to play bingo, but I do need your numbers. So you just need to pick your numbers, and we have some amazing prizes. So I'm so excited. I know a lot of you are going to be playing bingo with us on Friday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you'll just have to join that Zoom link. Andrea said that she just got the bundle that I just showed, and she can't wait to see what I create. All right. So, okay, I see a lot of you on here, so I think we can go ahead and get started. So we are going to make these 2 cards tonight. And this card, do you see the happy birthday and do you see the celebrate? They are another set of dies. They're the set of dies that I said I got in the new catalog, and then I haven't used them. I'm trying to figure out where I put them under here. And they're called Wanted to Say dies. They're in our annual catalog. And they have a lot of words. So it has like the happy birthday, the detailed, and then an outline, and then a celebrate. And then look at, they have like a bow and heart and stars and like a little leaf thingy. And then on this page, there's a lot of them. It says like feel better soon. And then you're too kind. So they're really cool dies. They're just standalone dies. So we're going to be using those tonight. And let's get in. I'm going to turn my camera down. I'm using my new computer tonight, so I would love to hear any of your feedback on the quality of the video. We have been doing and will continue to be doing a lot of different tweaks and changes in the next coming months. And so we did that survey. Thank you to everyone that did the survey. We got lots of great information from you guys. And so I've had a new computer for a while, but I was reluctant to use it because everything was on my old one. And it's just easy to use. But the new one has a much better camera. So here we are. So for this first card, we are using thick white cardstock is our base. And I have a piece of early espresso, which is a dark chocolate brown, and then a piece of basic white. So this we're going to do some stamping on. And I was looking for a scrap piece of paper, and I couldn't find one, so I just grabbed a black to go on here. And what we're going to do is we're going to stamp this. Okay, I want you guys to stick around, and thank you for sharing, because my next card is like an over-the-top card. Totally over the top. And so we're going to be, because I mentioned last week that Vellum is retiring, so I'm doing all the things Vellum while it's still available. And so this card uses Vellum and embossing, heat embossing, and Vellum dry embossing. So we're going to do this fancy card next. So stick around so you can see how I do that. But first we're going to start out and ease into that card. So we just need this large Magnolia here. And then we're not going to be using the words, we're going to be using those dies. And then what we need is early espresso ink pad. So I'm glad you guys are excited for bingo. Sharon said bingo was so easy to do. The email was sent. Thanks, Sharon. Ryan will be happy to hear that, because I was glad he was able to do that form for me. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp. I want like most of the whole image down in this corner. Is is this table a little bit dark? Does it need to be a little bit brighter, or does it look good? Okay, I'm going to stamp this down here in this corner. A little bit's going to go off, but not much. Okay, when you get and when you tweak anything, it can look a little different. So that's why I'm asking. Okay, so there we have that. Look at how the detail in that stamp. Okay, now I'm going to ink it up again, and I'm going to turn my stamp this way, right? This way. Okay, come here. All right, thanks, Patsy and Peg. Thank you. Okay, and now this way I'm going to stamp kind of like here. Every card is going to be a little bit different, but Sharon said, if I can do the bingo email, anybody can do it. Oh, you're funny, Sharon. Okay, one more time, we're just going to fill in the space up at the top. And so this, I'm just going to try to do more of this Magnolia and put this right here. Okay, so there's our flowers. This is where we're kind of going to do our words in the die cutting. So I'm going to close this up for right now, and I'm going to do some quick coloring. We're also going to be using these champagne iridescent dots. These things are so beautiful. And if you are in the card club for April, you're going to get a whole package of these. I'm going to show you a ton of ways to use them. So stick around, don't go anywhere. For this card, I'm using Petal Pink. I have a dark and a light. I am also going to be using two different yellows. I have the light Lemon Lolly and the dark Daffodil Delight. And then I need a green. And so for my green, I have Old Olive. So these are kind of the colors I have. And I'm going to color this super fast, and we are going to just do a little bit of talking while we go. So thank you for telling me the setup looks good. Also, we changed the autofocus, so it should not be autofocusing all the time. So I would love any feedback on that too, because, okay, so how I did it is I took the dark Daffodil Delight, and the center of these flowers, what I did is I just did a little bit of, this is the pointier end, not the brush end, and I just did a little bit of dots in the center. Just not anything too, here, like kind of like that. And then I went in with the Lemon Lolly, whatever color I just said, light Lemon Lolly. I'm going to take the brush end and just swirl that in, and that will blend in that dark with the light, and it just looks really nice. And this is kind of like with how the lines are, it just looks like so good that way. All right, next up, let's do our Magnolias. And I just picked like I just wanted a really soft pink. So I went with Petal Pink, and I'm going to take the brush end and I'm going to color them all in with the light. Now, there are so many different ways you can use your blends. You could do the dark first and then the light. This is just the way that I have found works best for me. And so this is how I do it. So I'm just coloring in these leaves, and then I am going to go in with the dark, and then I'll show you how I kind of put those little details in. But these markers, you can look like an artist and color very fast. You can also go very slow if you want, but I tend to just go really quick because the markers are kind of magical. These are, for those of you that might be new, I never want to assume that you know what these markers are. These are alcohol-based markers. Now, the ink pad I just used, the Early Espresso, is a water-based ink, so that's why it's not blending and smearing it all around. If I used an alcohol ink, it would blend right in. Okay, now let's do this one up here. All right. Oh, we have somebody from the UK, somebody from Kansas here. I think some of you were seeing where you were from when you hopped on and I was trying to share my video, so I might have missed that. I love when we have people all over. I saw Mary hopped on and Melissa. Hi, Nancy. Okay, so here we have this. Thank you for all your hearts, too. Here we go. And then this last flower. Okay, I just got a new set of these petal pink markers. So markers, depending how much you use them, they last quite a while, unless you're using them in classes or you're making like a whole bunch of cards. Then like any other marker you've ever had in your life, it will dry out. Our markers are pretty inexpensive for the great quality they are. I just buy a new set. It's okay. Okay, so there are them. That's them colored in like that. Now, oh, I see Minneapolis. I'm going to go in with the dark petal pink. And right where the stamp has these lines, this is not my new one. I can tell you that. Oh, well, maybe I just went like that. I just did the side. Right where those lines are, I just went over with the dark. So kind of like, that's how I knew kind of where to add some of the darker of the blend. Can you kind of, is it showing up? It's subtle, but it definitely makes it pop. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going where all the brown is with the lines. I'm just kind of going over with the dark to give it some like contrast. And that's all I did to color in these flowers. And I was happy with how that, and you can go over it kind of like, I think I did it like 2 or 3 times. This is my older marker, the older of the dark. I don't know where the newer one is. Let me see. Right here. Why does the software want to update right now? I don't know what this thing is popping up. Again, one of the reasons why I don't like using new things. Okay. So I just kind of go in here, do this. I'll hold it up and then we'll color in our leaves really fast. All right. So can you see like how the little highlights there? All right, let's put the cap on this one. And now we're gonna just do the leaves very quickly with the old olive. The leaves are very easy because they are shaded so well in this set. They're just really beautiful. After I do this card, I'll show you the sneak peeks of the card club. And then we'll make that really super duper fancy card with the vellum and all the things. It has like all the techniques. I'm going to miss vellum so much. I hope it's not gone for too long from our store. But if you want it, get it now. It's $10 a pack for our vellum. And I'm telling you, we have like really great vellum. I know several of you ordered it last week. I do have the host code through the end of the month, and I will be catching up and mailing out all thank you gifts if you've ordered. And this week, if you order with a code, I'm going to send you 5 handmade cards that I have made as a thank you gift. Okay, so there is our card. What do you think of this? It's actually very easy to color. All right, Laura is watching us from Florida. So there we have that. Now we're gonna do some quick die cutting. So I have my little mini Stampin' Emboss machine here. You guys, look at what I grabbed. Okay, so these are my plates. You can tell I love this machine and I use it all the time. This is what happens. They get like cut up. There's little grooves, whatever. This is like normal, like you love to craft if your plates look like this. Well, when they get, and these still work just fine, but do you know what's so nice? When you get a new set of plates, these are just so shiny and sparkly. So here's what a new set looks like compared to the old. So One of my friends, Lori, she might even be watching. She lives in Florida. She just posted a picture with some of her new plates, and I was like, I need to get out some of mine. Just a FYI, if you want some plates, there will be a price increase in May. So I highly suggest you getting a spare set or two now to save $1 or $2 in the future. I always have a couple sets on hand because I do use my die cutting machine all the time. Now for my big machine, sometimes they will curve. This little machine, I have never found that. Like these are like straight as a pancake still. But sometimes I just only like to replace the top plate. And so I'll just take a Sharpie marker and write top up here, and then I'll keep the bottom plate all cut up because the top plate doesn't really get cut into. Anyway, that's just a little tip. So we're gonna take this. I also, for my machine, I always use plate 3, the gray one is the bottom for die cutting. For me, it just works better. Okay, we're gonna take Early Espresso and Petal Pink, and we're gonna die cut with those word dies right here. I'm looking for the Happy Birthday. And this one is a little bit smaller, so I need to cut down my paper. I need my scissors. So I'm gonna cut. I thought somebody just said, first time watching, I'm in California. Well, welcome. Well, something just fell out of my thing. Okay, so this is the outline. I have Early Espresso, so I'm gonna put that down and then put my clear plate on the top and then run this through. Now for the other one, I'm gonna use an adhesive sheet to make a sticker. So if you guys have never used adhesive sheets, they are amazing. Okay, so here's our outline for our Happy Birthday. So this is our scrap, we can throw that away. Now the birthday part, this is the intricate part. So I'm going to kind of just rough cut this down and then get my adhesive sheet, and I'll show you how to make this sticker part. Otherwise you just have to use that liquid glue or something, and that's fine. But we sell adhesive sheets. They come in a pack, excuse me, like this. They're 6 by 12 and you get a ton of them. And one part peels off and then you run it through the back and it literally just makes a sticker. So I just like to peel part of it back. You stick your cardstock down. If you took the sparkling soda class for the retreat, you got a sheet of these in your class because that had a lot of little intricate things. So then I just put that flat back over top and I cut it around the cardstock. So there. So this is what we have now, and then you're gonna just put this over top and we're gonna die cut it, and then we'll peel off the back and that makes it a sticker. How cool. Then it's gonna just make it go really easy and I don't have to fight with this glue. So again, I have my die cutting machine. I'm gonna put this down and put my clear plate on the top, and then I'm gonna run this through. All right, now my other card, I did a lot of the steps ahead of time so you didn't have to watch. Look I got some sticky glue on that because that thing, I'm gonna rub that off. I got some alcohol here. I'm gonna take that sticky off because my new plate just already got dirty. All right, so when we take this off, we have this. We have the birthday right here. And then we have the happy, which it looks like it cut off a tad of my Y. It must have wiggled a little bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna still use it. All right, let me put this in here and move it. And then if you had like something really little, you could cut something out there to make a sticker, but I'm gonna throw that away. Move this out of here, and then if you have your little take your pick tool, you can pop out the little parts, the little pieces we don't need, and then we're gonna just layer this onto that other piece. So did I get them all out? No. Okay. Susan, thank you for joining. Hi, Linda. And okay, so there's the happy. Now let's take out the little pieces and the openings of the B and the H and the D, the A, and the Y. All right. So we got all the little pieces off. So now it's the sticker, right? So if you it usually just just peels kind of right on off. Now this is kind of little, so just don't rip it off, or you could rip your paper, but it's sticky. You have a sticker. And now I'm going to turn this over so I can see it better. I'm going to start with the B, and you just kind of lay it down. It's like really sticky. Like those adhesive sheets are no joke. They're really sticky. They're really full of adhesive. Okay, and then you can just place your words right on top. See how cool that is? Okay, there's the birthday. Now let's add the happy. So I'm like, these might be my new favorite things, these letters. And they have a lot, like I said, they had a get well, like hope you're feeling better soon, happy birthday, congrats, and there was something else. You are too kind. So there we have our happy birthday. All right, let's finish this card. This is really easy now. We're gonna layer the white onto the early espresso. So that is a dark brown. Here's my glue. This is just going flat. And then my card base right here, this is going on here. All right. And we're gonna put this right here. Here's our card so far. Now we got the happy birthday. I use the same colors that I already used. We're gonna pop that up with some dimensionals. So let me find those. I have my little chamois thing to wipe off. So I'm going to put a couple of these behind the words. And then we're going to use those champagne iridescent dots. So you're going to see how the dots kind of helped me pick the color I wanted to use. All those little backings just went flying on the floor. That's great. Okay, there we go. You could stop there. Isn't that pretty, that card? But we're gonna take some of these little pieces, and we do need to use, these do not have glue on the back, so I'm going to put 3 little dots up here. If you press too hard, this will like explode on your project. You have to have a light hand, which normally I don't, or I could potentially not. So then I'm gonna pick one of these up and put one here. I'm gonna get a medium-sized one and put one here. Maybe use my take your pick tool. Except for it doesn't want to unstick to my take your pick tool. Come on. Here. What is going on tonight? There, stay. All right, now I need a little one. There's like really little ones, and there's all different sizes. Okay, there we got that. And I'm not going to put the other 2 over here because I'm done. But I'll show you my other card. So these are just really pretty. So I added those little dots. Do you see those little champagne? Okay. What do you think of this card? Here's this one right here. So this one I added the little dots over there too. But can you see that shading with the dark and light petal pink right there? Really picks it up. So there's our first card. So it's kind of like we made our own designer series paper with just the one stamp. By just stamping it all over and then coloring it in, you can create really beautiful cards. And then those dies right there just really tops it all off. So let me know what you think of that card. All right. So again, this is the bundle we're featuring for the April Card Club. So you will be getting an email soon about that if you are in the card club, all 154 or whatever of you. And so, yep. All right, there's our first card. Let me show you some cards from the card club. So what we're going to do with that bundle. Okay. We are going to make this beautiful card here. It's in the plastic. Let me take it out. You're gonna so we're gonna make this beautiful card. Again, I use Petal Pink and Soft Sea Foam for this one, and I use one of the Floral embossing folders, and you'll see those little dots there. That's one card. You make 2 of each of these. The other card, I featured the dies. This die right here. Do you see all the detail in this die? You'll run this through, so you have to have this die to do this next card. And you'll run it through in white. This card is so elegant. And this, look at, I'm using my Vellum, and that is embossed. And the champagne dots. So there's that card. And then you'll make this card, which I can't remember the name of this paper, but it's just so pretty. Happy birthday. And then our last card is a shaker card, a faker shaker card. And it's going to look like this. So all those little beads, and then this is in light pool party, and so you're going to get to make this card. Okay, so that's the sneak peek of the card club for April. If you need information on that, it's on my website, Owl Star Stampers, and you can click on the card club. You have to sign up by the 10th if you're not already a member. Okay, the next card we're going to make is, I would call it a wow card. I don't even know what I did with it, so hopefully I can find it here. I probably moved it. So here it is. I was like, I probably moved it somewhere very safe. So we are also using this large Magnolia image, and I used Versamark ink, and I used black embossing powder. Our embossing powders are currently not in stock. Hopefully you have some, or they will be back hopefully soon with the new catalog. But I just used black embossing powder. So what we did to start off is we're going to use another thick white card base. And you can just go ahead and fold that in half. Okay. Then I have, you'll have 3 different layers. You're going to have a layer of basic black, basic white, and then a layer of vellum. The vellum is going to go on here, and then you're going to emboss the vellum with this embossing folder. Where did I put the emboss? Right here. I use the Distress Tile 3D embossing folder. I don't know if this is retiring. Let me look real quick. It's, I really like it. I used it on the one card in the card club too. Let me see real quick. There's so many things, it's hard to remember. Okay, let me see. This is not retiring, so that's awesome. Okay, so I use this folder, and if you take regular vellum, which here is my piece that I meant to have. So you'll have a piece that is the same size as the white. You will emboss it, see, just regular vellum. Once you emboss it in this, it comes out like this. Isn't that so pretty how it looks like that? So I'm gonna layer it on that white, but if you did it on black, do you see how that looks? You can do so many different looks like this. So you need your vellum, and then this is a 3D embossing folder. You emboss it, and then vellum just looks really cool. I want it to be very soft, so I'm just putting it over white to get that look. So I did that ahead of time. Next up, you're gonna need another piece of vellum, and that's where I took my stamp, I put it in Versamark, I stamped it on the vellum, I poured my white powder over and used my heat tool, and then it went all shiny and bubbly, and then it came out looking like this. Isn't that just absolutely beautiful? So again, I did that to save a little bit of time. Now I was trying to figure out how I wanted to color this, and so what I did is I had like where's the piece of white? My blends, and I was kind of color swatching on here, like the different greens, and then down here there's like 4 different pinks, because one of my favorite things with vellum is to color on, like, you heat emboss and then you flip it over, and on the back you color, and then it shows through. Have you guys done that before? So that's what we're gonna do. So I have that Magnolia. I'm gonna flip it over to the back, and what I found, the colors that I liked the best were, of course I moved them all. I cleaned off my desk, so now they're all pushed to the side. I used Melon Mambo, and I used, I'm pretty sure I used Flirty Flamingo. Let me just see if I find that over here. Flirty Flamingo, yep. And then I used Lemon Lime Twist and Granny Apple Green. So some very bright colors, because they're gonna come from the back side of the vellum. So the flower, I took the Flirty Flamingo, the lighter of the 2 pinks, and you're just gonna kind of stay in that black line and color your petals. Okay, so you're just gonna color, and it's gonna show through the other side. So I did the pink here. The green you can't see a lot of, but that's okay. Oh, I did use a little bit of yellow in the middle. You can't really see it unless you really look up close. So I will add a little bit of yellow to the center. So here's our Flirty Flamingo. So again, this is behind the vellum that we heat emboss with black. Okay, so there's our pink. Then I am gonna add the dark Daffodil Delight, just to those, like, there's like little, like a few little dots there. Okay, then I'm taking the Lemon Lime Twist to the petals, not the petals, the leaves, and here. Okay, then I'm gonna take the Granny Apple Green and just kind of add a little bit over, not filling it in entirely, but just a little bit. Okay, now here's where it gets really fun. I'm taking light Melon Mambo, and again, the same thing where those lines are, I'm just kind of like drawing little dashes. Let me see if I got white. I need a piece of white so it will show up. So just like where those lines are, I'm just drawing in with my darker pen the little dashes. But wait until I turn this over. That's when it's gonna be like, wow. Especially if you've never done this before. And this is not hard. It might take you a little bit longer than a normal card, but this is like for somebody special. This actually I'm making for an anniversary card. This would be a beautiful wedding card, or a birthday card for somebody's. Okay, so then, are you ready for the reveal? I'm turning it over, and ta-da! Do you see? It's hard to see on camera. It is so pretty. This is so pretty. I'm telling you, you just got to trust me. You just got to buy the stuff and do it. It's so beautiful. Okay. Does the ink need time to dry in the vellum? It dries almost instantly, Jennifer, because it's alcohol. It's an alcohol marker. Again, I'm using alcohol-based markers, so they dry very quickly. If you're not using alcohol markers, it will probably smear and make a mess. So definitely use alcohol-based markers with this technique. So that is it. So pretty. So now we got to cut that out. So I'm going to go to my Magnolia die. I'm going to trim this down really quick. And that's a great question, Jennifer, though, about if it does smear. If you want it darker, you can just add a little, use a darker color or add another layer. But now I'm going to cut this out, and I got this. Okay. And now we're going to put our top plate on. Okay, making sure nothing moved. It moved. I moved it. I hit it with that plate. This one, I'm going to take my time. You're just going to have to help me. Be patient. I'm going to put a little bit of washi tape right there. Or if you have the Post-it tape. I have Post-it tape, but I moved it. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to run this through. I love it a lot. I'm so glad. Okay, so now we're going to peel this off. And we have this most gorgeous flower. And when it's on white, you can really see how beautiful it really is. Okay, we need to do the words. I already did the outline in black. It says celebrate. So now I need to do the white. Again, these words are from the, there's so many words. Wanted to say dies. These are $39, but you get all of these dies. They're not retiring, but they're amazing. I don't know why I haven't used them before now. Okay, I need a piece of white, a strip of white. I need to make sure it's gonna fit, and I'm gonna make this a sticker as well really quick because then it will just make the whole process go quicker. Okay, so I just have like a 1-inch strip of white here. I'm gonna take my adhesive sheet. I'm gonna peel this. I don't wanna waste any though, so I'm gonna cut my white down just for the piece I need. Right like that. Okay, so I am going to put my little white piece on right there. So see, I stick my cardstock on the part, then I put the top back, and then where you see your cardstock, you just cut it out with your scissors. Just trim it out really quickly. It doesn't have to be just as close as you can. Then take that off, and now the backing's on so you can die cut and make your sticker. Okay, so here we go. Our last thing, we're die cutting. I just really wanted to show you the adhesive sheets and how amazing they are and how easy they are to use and why you would probably want them. A lot of times I just forget about it or I'm in a hurry, but I really discovered that I need to take the time to use them because they're really awesome and actually probably save time from me messing with my liquid glue. Okay, so there is our celebrate. I'm going to put this back. I'm going to pull out the letters. And then my take your pick tool, we're just going to get out all the little pieces. Okay, does anyone have any questions real quick while we're doing this? And then this card goes together very easily. Thank you for all of you who have shared the video too. I really appreciate that. I'm trying to get to at least 10,000 people on my channel. We're slowly getting there. So I appreciate all of you that help and all the new people that have joined because people have shared and commented. Thank you all. Okay, so we have our celebrate. Now, what did I do with the black outline piece? Right here. Okay, so we're just gonna you can just kind of peel the back off. It comes off pretty easily. See how it just comes right apart? And then me and the green glue do tend to fight every so often, mostly more than not. Okay, so I have this, and it's mostly because I'm not super patient with it is why. Okay, but see how easy you just set these letters down right inside, and now you have this beautiful word. Isn't that, it's just so pretty. Okay, let's put our card together. Thick weight card base, our vellum that's embossed that's going on the white, which is going to go on a black layer, and then our flower is going to go on here. Okay, so vellum, you need to be careful with your glue. I usually put my thing on and then flip it over. Since it's embossed, the glue really isn't going to show, and I know I'm going to have words down here and the big flower here, so for right now, I'm just going to put glue up here and across here because my glue is strong and it's not going to go anywhere. But see how that embossed vellum looks against the black? It's really beautiful. Okay, I want it to be just very soft. And you could do the white, but something about the vellum emboss just makes it look so pretty. Okay, now I'm going to put this on my black. Okay, these measurements I meant to tell you. The black is 5 inches by 3 3/4. And then this white and the vellum is just it's just a 1/4 inch smaller. So it would be 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. So there you go, pretty easy measurements. I'm not doing anything too crazy because we have the heat embossing, we have the dry embossing, we have die cutting, coloring, a lot going on with this beautiful card. Okay, there's that. Now this is going to get glued onto our white. And of course I'm going to use some embellishments. Okay, here's our card base now. Okay, now what I grabbed is this silver. We have, I believe it's on the online store. It might be in our annual catalog. It's silver and gold, this like cording, might be called twine. It is retiring and I really do like it. And so I'm using it on this card. If you need any, it's like really fine, silver and gold comes together. I love it. So what I'm doing is I'm taking it and I'm holding my fingers slightly like apart and I'm wrapping it around like 4-ish times. And I want this to come a little bit further. So scissors, I'm cutting it now. So wrap it around about 4 times and then you're gonna take it in the middle. You're gonna grab it in the center. So then it's kind of like little figure 8s, okay? So I'm holding it in the middle. Now behind my flower, kind of where the center is, that's where I'm gonna add some glue and or mini glue dots. And I'm going to stick this down and then this little leaf over here is kind of dark. I know my glue isn't gonna show in any of those places, so I'm gonna just add a little bit of glue there. Okay, then I'm gonna take this, let me see, I want it to go this way. And I'm just gonna stick it onto where that glue is, and you can use your fingers and kind of pull it, but I kind of have that there. But wait till you see what it's gonna look like on here. So then we're gonna pop this up with dimensionals. Let me find those. Here they are. What embossing folder did I use? I used the Distress Tile 3D folder. It's $9.50. I think the item number is 162189. So that's what I use. I'm putting the dimensional kind of over. Is that showing through? No, it's not really. And then I'm gonna cut this one in half and put one over here on this leaf and one up here on this leaf. So I got a few dimensionals, and now I'm going to put this, make sure they're stuck, and then take off the back, stick. Okay, so this is going to come over here, like somewhere like that. Then our celebrate, grab your dimensionals and add a couple of them. So you guys, on the survey, one of the things you said is you want to see more videos. More videos, more videos. So how would you like to see a video on Tuesday afternoon? And that video will be on me teaching you things like different techniques or how to use different tools. So tools, techniques, different teachings. What do you think about that? That's what I'm thinking about doing starting next Tuesday at noon Eastern Standard Time. Here's our card so far. Isn't that, so we have this vellum embossed, heat emboss, colored. The celebrate, we're not done yet. We're gonna take our tinsel gems, which these had different colors. I only have the pink left because I love pink, and I don't know what I was using, but for some reason I have a lot of pink left, which is actually my favorite. And I'm gonna add a couple of these little pink sparkles. Tara, you hit it out of the park. Thank you. All right, and now I want this to be an anniversary card. So I looked high and low for a happy anniversary. This is one of the only sets I could find. In Love You More, it says happy anniversary. This set is retiring and the dies, I believe. So if you do want this one, don't wait. I'm gonna find happy anniversary, and I'm going to stamp that on the inside. And so, you guys, have I sold you on the Magnolia Mood bundle? It is a must-have. It is a gorgeous set of not only stamps, but dies. You will not be sad that you have this in your crafting collection. And if you do not have vellum, I am telling you to go buy it. Our vellum is superior to any that I've ever used. And I'm using it next month in Card Club for one last hurrah. Okay, happy anniversary is going on the inside of this card. And then, whew, that almost fell in that black ink pad. I would have literally cried if that happened. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this. I didn't do this on my original card, but this right here. We're going to take this little flower right here in the black ink and this little magnolia. Stamp that right like that. There we go. That is our card. Okay. So let me cover this up. Here is our finished card. Celebrate. And again, I put happy anniversary. You could put wedding, whatever you like. I'm going to put this away so I don't lose it. And here is my original card that I made too. So there's two of them. So if you want to place an order, here is the new host. Here's the host code. I forgot to put that up earlier. But anyone that places an order, that's at least $50. I'm going to send you 5 of my handmade cards to you in the mail. So that's going to be my thank you gift for you through the end of the month, which is only a few more days. So there is our second card. What do you think of this? What do you think of the Magnolia? And where did our first card go? The first card is over here with the happy birthday. So that's what we made tonight. Again, this is the bundle featured for our April card club. So in that, you're going to make 4 different cards, 2 of each. We also use the Distressed Tile 3D folder, and then one of my new found favorites, these dies here called Wanted to Say dies. And these are, you get 14 different dies with all the different words. And there are some, I need to put these in a case, little hearts, stars, a bow, a little flower. So there's that. All right, let me turn the camera up and see what we have to say. All right. Okay, I'm glad you liked them. How did you like the camera not auto-focusing all the time? Did you guys notice that the focus at all? Like if it shouldn't have done a lot of focusing. Okay. I'm glad you like the cards. Love the Coloran Vellum. All right. I just, when I got that bundle in, I just knew I was excited to play with it and share that with you, the Magnolia Mood. So again, here's the host code. And if you did order last week, there was a few of you that ordered at the end of last week and the beginning of this week. So I'll be sending you out thank you gifts. And then I think when I moved it, it will always be a little fuzzy because it does have to just focus. But before, it would focus about every 5 to 10 seconds. The camera was on an autofocus and we could not figure out how to get that off. So that was like the main issue. But thank you for sharing that, Nadine. But yeah, when I hold it up, it always will have to probably focus a little bit to move it. Okay. Thanks, everybody. I hope you love these cards, and I will see you soon. If you're playing bingo, I'll see you on Friday. Don't forget to send in your numbers if you haven't yet. And I'm looking forward to seeing not quite 50 of you. We have just under 50 of you playing bingo on Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're in a different time zone, make sure you know the time. And we'll see you then. Thank you for joining me tonight for these really beautiful cards. I hope you loved them and you got inspired. And I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.